All right, now let's talk about micronutrients. We've talked a little bit about the macros. Let's talk about micronutrients, because micronutrients are so important for our health and our vitality. So every micronutrient, whether it's a vitamin or a mineral, needs to be taken in from our food. So a perfect example of that is something like a tomato. A tomato is one of the best things that we can eat for a rich and wide variety of different types of micronutrients. For example, the red color is due to carotenoids. These carotenoids are micronutrients that have been found to be very protective and beneficial for our heart, for men, for the prostate gland. Very, very important nutrients that we need that we can only get from certain things that are colored red, like the tomato. The tomato also, as you probably know, has a lot of vitamin C in it. Vitamin C is one of the most important vitamins. It helps to protect us from getting colds and flus and viruses. It does so many good things for our bones. It does so many good things for our heart. Vitamin C is one of the most critical micronutrients that we can get. Believe it or not, if you haven't heard, it also has calcium and magnesium. Calcium and magnesium are two of the most important minerals for our bones. They're so important for that, and obviously we know a lot about the issue with osteoporosis and losing our bone health over the course of our lives. But one of the best ways that you can help protect your bones is to eat things like tomatoes. Something like these lemons, for example. Lemons are yellow, and they also are very high in vitamin C. Basically, one of the best ways that you can ensure that you'll get a wide variety and the full range of macronutrients is to pick foods based on their color. So you have beautiful lemons that are yellow. You have these red tomatoes. Over on the other side, you have things that are green, things that have lots of different nutrients in them as well. You have the purples, you have different kinds of colors, the oranges, you have so many different colors. So one of the most simple and pragmatic ways that you can choose which foods to eat to get the most value nutritionally, again, is to fill your plate with different colors. That's an easy, basic way to know that you're getting all the different vitamins and minerals. Now, there are a couple of vitamins that I specifically want to mention that are a little bit more difficult to obtain. One of those being vitamin D. Lots of research has now come out over the last, say, decade or so showing such a huge importance in vitamin D in all different kinds of chronic diseases, particularly cancer. We know that vitamin D interacts with so many of our genes. It's so crucial to our well-being. So unfortunately, we don't get a lot of vitamin D for our food. One of the best ways we get vitamin D is through sun exposure. Now, if you're concerned about melanoma, I understand that. You don't want to get burned. You don't want to get too much sun exposure every day. But what you can do is try to get 15-20 minutes of exposure, maybe 3 or 4 times a week, especially for those of us living in sunny South Florida, where it's virtually sunny all the time. We really don't have an excuse to be vitamin D deficient. Another vitamin that I want to mention very specifically is vitamin B12. As you probably know, there are a whole complex of B vitamins. There are several different B vitamins in that class. And so B12 is one of those that you just need a very little amount of it, maybe just a few micrograms per day. The liver is also very good at recycling vitamin B12. So it actually takes a long time for us to become vitamin B12 deficient, but nonetheless it can happen if you do not get enough of it in the diet. Now, 100 years ago, when we were eating lots of fruits and vegetables, picking them off our farm or our field and having them very fresh, when our soil was not degraded, when our soil had not gone through so much erosion, when our water was better, when our air was better, when all these things were much healthier for us, say 100 years ago compared to the way that we are now, we now do not get a lot of vitamin B12 in our diet. So you may need to supplement with it, and we'll talk about that in a different module, but I want to mention the importance of vitamin B12 because it is one of these crucial factors that we need to consider in our diet. The vitamin B12 is actually created by a bacteria. It's cyanobacteria, and actually if you see vitamin B12 in a dietary supplement, you will notice that supplement is red. And so cyano, meaning red, means that the bacteria are red. They actually create vitamin B12. None of us as mammals, none of us as animals can actually create vitamin B12. It has to be created by bacteria. So again, these are just some of the key nutrients that I wanted to mention to make sure you understand the importance of macronutrients in our diet. Again, remember to eat a wide range of foods. Think about them in colors. Think about different colors giving you different micronutrients. And that's the best way to ensure that you'll be healthy and happy and have a good quality of life.